Boy, we're almost there. Huzzah! We are at Return to Grace. Return to Sender, maybe? Perhaps? I don't know. Third base? Suffice to say, this has been a very interesting year in the sense that I had to take on a various amount of games, and one of my ideas was to beat 10 games on different consoles, and I am very close to getting Xbox. This would be the ninth out of 10. I was going to do the ninth one earlier today, but I got bored, so and I started playing Pokemon Pocket TCG, and I kind of went ham on that end. It just kind of happened. Or just like, how do I say this? It's kind of like a hyperfixation, but not quite. More like I got an itch to scratch, and I want to get it done as soon as possibly. So I want to go do that. Unfortunately, the audio's pretty loud. Sit there. Dialogue could be however it wants to be. That's good. Suffice to say, this is supposed to be like a 2-hour long game. I have no idea what I'm in for necessarily, but apparently it's like one of the walkabouts where like it's a miss and you have to solve everything and whatnot. So let's go. Load game. Yes, I had it in slot 1. Did you not know? Of course. Creative Bytes Studio.
Stick's not responding.
You need 3820. Okay.
Can you take control?
The storm is interfering with my senses.
The ancient resting place of humanity's greatest achievement.
Hold on.
Impact in 10, 9, oh, there it is.
Return to Grace. Hopefully this is not a Will and Grace situation.
Addy, please respond.
My everything hurts.
You've been out for nearly an hour.
What's our status, Alan?
We've crashed.
Yeah, I got that.
My hull is intact. Thrusters 2 and 4 are damaged and will require realignment.
So will my back. Can you let me out?
Not
Cute
before
audience
we talk
raptor.
about your suit.
Okay, talk.
I'm reading green on seals, green on batteries. Thermals are, well, not green, but fine, and you have 5.35 hours of oxygen, maybe 6 if we run the scrubbers hot. But Addy, we've had this discussion before. You won't have
Alan,
enough to...
It's fine. I have a plan.
I'm concerned that...
I have a plan.
Understood.
Now, open the hatch.
The canopy hydraulics are not responding. You'll have to pull the manual release.
Neat. Pretty good at this.
Seriously. This stupid piece of junk.
I'm right here.
This is really pretty. Like, wowzers, bowsers, and nowzers.
Visibility's terrible. Any sign of the spire?
I'm
This
not
is
picking
really,
up
really
anything.
nice looking.
Just the original beacon signal. You'll need to use use your wayfinder to locate an entry point, if there is one.
All right. Let's figure out where you're at, Grace.
You know the beacon could be anything. A lost colony, a relay station.
200 distinct oral histories can't be wrong, Alan. Grace is here.
Locate Sparer.
I can't believe this storm. Where would this have come from?
There is record of ancient.
Oh, there it is!
Rooms. I think
He's just
it's
a little
an
guy! A little
an
man!
exception.
There's something man-made here. Looks like a weather station, or maybe a seismic station? Looks the era of that relay from the Dawes Sea dig. It's at least 700 years old, Alan.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm liking this game so far already. I honestly thought I was in for like a slight slog, but like it has already a lot of charm and personality.
There wouldn't be much sense of building this if we weren't within walking distance of the spire.
By all estimates, the beacon is within 400 meters.
This looks climbable.
Me when I climb cliffs. There you go.
Which way here?
Oh, okay. I just didn't get a say in that. I just go, I guess. Another thing of this, I think this is the first game I've played in first-person mode this year, which is saying something because I've played like 146 games this year. Can you tell I really hate first-person?
Yep.
Because I do.
Again.
This is fine.
Fell into a stupid fissure.
It's a matter of if the game is
Looking for a new way to
certain
reach
a
the
length.
spire.
I feel a bit
This will be easier to
claustrophobic,
find my body.
but it's not like a big deal. It's just something that like puts me on edge when playing these types of games. So I just don't go out to pursue it. And this is the original reason why I didn't want to. Oh no, I played Open Roads. Open Roads was first person. Kinda. It had first person, it had third person. As long as something has third person in it, I'm like, alright, cool, we're fine. Opening.
Looks a little tight.
God, once you told me.
It's opened up again.
Beeping. Another one!
Another station. They're too close together to be weather stations.
So seismic then. Icequakes would be the risk of building here. So it makes sense they would track activity. The surface temperature is dropping. We can't maintain your thermals much longer.
We're close. I can feel it.
I wish I shared your optimism.
I mean, when I'm close and I could feel it. Ooh! Yeah, this game is kind of rocking my socks
This has
already.
to be it.
I'll be real.
What are you seeing, Addie?
I'm looking at what must be the spire superstructure.
Dumb bitch. What does it look like I'm looking at?
There's a destroyed surface ladder. I'll need to find another way in.
Bum 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 bum.
I can't imagine how something this big has gone undetected for this long.
A 500-year-old storm?
I don't know. It doesn't seem possible.
How do I get over there? Where's my climbable cliffs? Do I just use this? But when I did, it wasn't like doing it. Yeah, it's like slightly out of the edge. Like slightly not there. I'm just like, what I do? What I do for thee, for you? I wonder truly who.
I can see an exhaust port that might be low enough to jump to.
Oh, okay. Wah, 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 wah!
Did you make it, Addie?
I'll let you know in one
Bro. She would have been dead.
I'm in.
Me when I'm in.
Grace? Let's find out what you've been up to.
Ah, I love shadows. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, the shadow and everything. Oh, it's so good. It's so good though, for real. Looks like I'm going to have to dunk. Okay, that was a loading. Flare enough. Jeez Louise. Yeah, my days today was literally like, I took a really nice nap. Oh my god. Like, my day is effectively like, I get food, I take a nice nap, listen to an ASMR video when I do it. Like, that's how I be living. That's how I need to live. If I don't know, I feel sad. Oh, this is not great for me. Alright.
Well, you should see this.
I'm talking about
tunnel
Shaft.
Alan.
And why would I want that?
Come on, you're not excited?
You crash-landed me in a frozen hellscape and left me for salvage.
10 years of research, not to mention 6 months of spaceflight, are about to pay off.
But at what cost?
Don't ruin this for me.
Okay. There's a lot of pipes here. Pipe down, will ya?
Looks like the tunnels can be air sealed. I'm guessing large parts of the station could be pressurized.
Oh, how are you doing? Just want to pop in and say hi.
Looks like a bit of a labyrinth, but I'm still picking up the signal ahead.
And you can still hear me?
Loud and clear, buddy.
It's been pretty great.
I'm looking at a pretty hefty blower. For venting, maybe?
Me
for
when
the
I'm in
production
Among
and
Us.
movement of air.
Which means more than a few people used to live here. These can't be powered. Must be airflow in the tunnels. I have to say, there's more atmosphere than I was expecting.
Not nearly enough to survive.
This is way more chatty than I thought it'd be. I'll be real. But, I saw your review on, Pokemon Pocket TCG, and I saw that you retired it, apparently. That made me really sad to think. I'm just like, no, I can't give Hal stuff. I want to give Hal stuff, so how Mama could understand how much I appreciate them. Video is the greatest way to spend time off from work, not gonna lie. Yeah, right? It's so good. It's so good.
Structure looks to be.
You know what you should do is you should try to get your fiance to make an ASMR for you.
Everything about this place
I
looks
think that would
30th
work out pretty
century
well.
to me. It's the right era, the right
That's
size.
all I'm saying.
Don't say it, Addy. We've had our hopes dashed before.
Oh, you're back into it because you got the fancy view? I actually got Celebi EX, believe it or not. So like that shit was like wild to me, and I was like, oh, let's go. That's why I was like a little late today, because like I was just pulling off shit with the mystical thing, and I'm just like, oh my god. Like, no, I need to play this game so I could actually, you know, get close to my New Year's resolution being done. Me too, the portal Celebi. Damn, you have better luck than me then. My goodness. Shoot, I only got one immerse. No, I got two immerse. No, one immerse, one full art. Both of the same full art, which made me a little bit annoyed. We can go that way, but I'd rather go off exploring. We're gonna go explore. That be for the base. I'm liking the little bloops. Little bloops kind of hit hard, I'll be real. I could go in here, or I could go over there. Let's go to the first crawl space that I went to, because I feel like that's the shebang. I do recall there's like a way to like get certain endings. There's like a bad ending, and then there's a bad ending, and then there's a good ending. So me Momo, I will do what I can to end my game overs. So far, the pipes, she's fallen. Oh my goodness. Oh, this is gonna be dizzying, isn't it? There's so many of this is the same thing over and over again. What's over here? Here I was thinking like being sly. Hooper up in this business. I guess that's why they give you a little tracker, huh? So you could just, like, kind of, like, keep going with it. That's fine. That's the gap that I examined, I'm pretty sure. No, it is a new gap.
This would take me back to the start. That would just take me back. That's the way back. Not that way.
Oh, I almost had an idea. Oh. Oh. You broken, fan.
I think I can crawl through.
Oh. Oh.
Jeez. That's gotta be over 15 meters.
And if gravity here is 1/6 of that on Earth, then a 15-meter fall here would be the equivalent of falling less than 3 meters at standard G, which you've mastered a couple of times already on the moon's surface.
Huh. So I'm allowed to just kind of...
Probably fine.
I could calculate outcome probabilities based on previous drop impacts if you've already jumped, haven't you?
Like, yeah, I did. Good old
Sure,
Jumpy
this is the right
McJumperson.
way.
Alright. We're talking about Shaft. Give me the good stuff. I'll be real, if this was me doing this shit, I'd freak out so much.
Oh no.
I do not handle small spaces. That shit drives me wild, dude. I'd be freaking out.
Are you hurt, Addy?
I'm working on it. The structure is enormous. This has to be the Gray Spire, Alan.
Me talking,
And there it is.
talking to my
The perfect
girls.
setup for disappointment.
I found the beacon.
Why is it green? It's aggressively green.
The transmitter is on some sort of console.
It must be part of a control network for the megastructure.
You think we can make a connection here?
Theoretically, if you run a scan, I can attempt to connect. The interface language is quite old and sophisticated, but we should be able to calibrate your computer to interact. You can use your gyroscope to sync with the terminal. I have the first calibration position. The meter will indicate when you are close.
Gonna be close, I. Oh, 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 oh! That's cool.
First
That is.
position,
Oh, I love that
second
shit.
Calibration position is up.
Yeah, I love
That's
this.
two.
I love
And
these
here's the
puzzles.
final position.
Ooh, I'm so good at it too.
Accessing the network now. Oh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What? Elevator?
Shit. Alan, you there? Alan?
Hello,
Ha!
Oh.
a visitor. Let's have a look.
Where's Alan? Who is this?
Who is this? Who are you? Entering a home without knowing its host.
Oh. Hi?
Grace?
Good question. I'm not entirely Grace. I'm running on just a small part of her logic processing.
Grace is still here.
And what brings you here?
My name is Adamari Ito. I'm an explorer.
I must
Yo,
apologize.
she's Japanese?
It would appear I have lost much of my capacity. I cannot see very far beyond the room we are in.
I've lost connection with my ship's AI.
You won't need Alan here. I can show you around.
That sounds like a
Will you let me in
threat,
this room?
but it's a
Of
pretty
course.
lady telling to me, so...
But until we are able to restore power to the station, I will require your assistance. There should be a manual winch set in the floor at the foot of one of the sliding doors.
Manual bitch? Eh?
Look for a hinged floor grate at the foot of one of the
Oh.
doors.
Floor grate, okay. Yeah, I'm not seeing it, lady. I think you're lying to
The
me.
winch is set in the floor below one of the doors.
This must be it.
Working the winch will open the door.
Do you know where Grace has been all this time?
Grace went somewhere?
She's been gone for hundreds of years.
I am running on a very old server. My memories predate the completion of the Grace Spire.
Grace ushered in humanity's golden age. Peace across the system, booming interplanetary trade, scientific marvels, colonies beyond the orbit of Neptune. And then she was gone, and it all fell apart.
I'm sorry, I don't remember.
Well, you're a lot more than an archaeologist usually gets.
I'll be real, the actual pumping action of, like, the crane stuff and whatnot kind of got me going. It's pretty fun.
Spire's power station back online.
Let's do it.
I love talking and working at the same time. Like, that shit's, like, divine to me.
What do I do here?
This is a security panel. I am decrypting the pattern now. Ah, yes. Simple enough. You'll need to light up 9 buttons, forming a square at the center of the panel.
Okay. The 9 buttons in the center.
That is what I said.
If you're not Grace, then what do I call you?
I don't believe there are any identification strings in my base logic that would suffice.
I'll call you Logic then. For now.
I love when games get you to do stuff like that, like just with actions, but straight up have you do it yourself. Oh, 100%. But
we have a better idea of who.
I think a lot of the reasons why I don't like it in certain games is because, like, it's not supposed to be that kind of game. Like, you put that shit in Red Dead Redemption where, like, you have to skin everything every time, it becomes monotonous and mundane, and it actually ends up being a bad mechanic. But something like this where you yourself are exploring, you're putting yourself in your shoes of the person exploring it, then yeah, it works.
You are.
Also, this shit's kind of wild. Real poking action. Like, I'm doing that.
Do they not have squares where you are from?
Just give me a second.
Okay, that was pretty fun.
So what exactly are you?
The station's emergency server had defaulted to Grace's original logic processing. That's me, as you've suggested. The server can also run a program dedicated to the control of infrastructure, and a third system dedicated solely to empathizing with and understanding humans.
So I really like the fact that, like, each character does not sound white. I think is the best way to put it. They sound like they have an Indian accent, or just kind of like they've been raised not that way. I know it sounds kind of weird to say it that way, and, like, I don't mean any proper offense to it. It's just more a matter that, like, I hear a lot of talk that way, and just, like, it's really refreshing to actually get a computer that isn't just like, I am a computer, let me talk like this. Hey, Sam, I am, you know? It's nice to kind of get it's just like talking to, like, a doctor or like an IT tech, you know?
When power is restored,
Where they're trying to help
Grace's
you out.
primary servers should come online, and we will become some small part of Grace's consciousness. Go ahead and activate the elevator.
Ooh. No, they're locking me in. No.
This looks like metallic rock.
The power station is set into the Spire's foundation stone.
The foundation stone would have been an asteroid, right?
Most certainly. About 50 cubic kilometers, from what I can recall.
Amazing. Most accounts of Grace's origins talk about an asteroid being pulled from the heavens. That makes sense. There wouldn't be any construction resources on Ganymede and nothing to anchor the structure. I can't imagine the effort it would have taken to redirect an asteroid that big. We don't do anything like that today.
Oh. Power station door. You got it.
Can you open this?
With some difficulty. I will need to direct power from logic to control processing. And I will not function at the same cognitive level until full power is restored.
What do you mean, at the same level?
Good luck, Addy.
Oh.
You still there?
Where would I have gone?
You sound a little different.
Just stronger. The voice of control resonates through the very walls of the structure. I shall start the turbine after you prime the generators that open the spillway.
I just realized that I'm getting strong Portal vibes with this writing and whatnot. Just strong ass Portal vibes. Is there gonna be a part where they kill me?
And this turbine still works?
It worked before, and it will work again. You shall find the generators on the platform at the other side of the room.
Alrighty.
Okay.
You know what's in these?
Go to the 3 generators overlooking the turbine.
Yeah, there ain't no personality there. There is just straight go directly where you're supposed to go, human. Or else.
They're cartridges. For what, I wonder?
Enough, Addy. You must go to the generators.
Bro, I'm trying to look for the generators. Let me just, like, explore. Don't get angry at me. Rah! That's a good achievement thing. Frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
You must prime the generators first.
Makes sense.
Want to touch it? Let me touch it. Oh, this like looks old-timey, wimey, like 1950s ass bullshit.
What happened here? Someone ripped this apart.
For the last time, go to the generators.
So, why do you need me to start these?
Tradition. A time-honored failsafe of including human hands in the operation of this station.
Just
They
tradition?
look like crystal core processors. Amazing. You can find the material to build one of those today.
Why do you insist on being so insolent? Go to the generators.
Nah, I'm gonna keep looking at shit. You can't stop me. There's like one more point of interest. I swear. I swear, Z's.
More sabotage, maybe.
Look at that. Oh. I want to see if I can get him a little bit angrier. Cause I feel like I'm up to something. No, I have to generate.
So, do you share memories with the logic processor?
Indeed. We are all part of Grace. Aspects of her infinite power. Shadows of what was, and promises of what will be. I was the light that shone in the darkness. I was the hand that divided the firmament.
Ooh.
The turbine has failed us.
That's not good.
I must call upon you to cast out the wicked instrument,
The what?
the broken turbine. You must go to it now.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm sure that'll be fine, right?
Going down. I'm safe to be down here, right?
You shall not be harmed. You must uncouple the safety latches.
That sounds unsafe.
It is not.
Ugh. The one here? Yeah.
You must now go to the magnetic crane.
You're
She has
sure I'll be able to
magnetic
fix
crane
this?
all-
If you trust in my word, yes.
Say I trust your word. Can't I just try to use it? Okay, clearly I have to go somewhere else. That's something else. All red. Not dead. Not dead. I think they said crate. So let's go to cry. Go over there real quick. What's up over here? Oh, this might be what I actually have to do. Crane, crane. Not crate, crane.
You must first cast out the old turbine.
Pretty fun. Waste.
I said you must remove the broken turbine first.
There we go. That's where that turbine belongs. Over there. Oh, too far.
Now cast aside the wretched unit.
Is it going to be okay if I'm operating this and I'm a little bit eepy? Like, I'm not super sleepy, but you know.
Now you shall place the new turbine.
Oh, that's great. That's great. I love it.
Everett? Hello?
Everett, is that
Grace?
Everett?
Behold my power.
What's happened?
I am reborn. Humanity will once again flourish in the brightness of my glory.
Oh, nah, he's turning heel.
Right. Our processing has not combined. Grace has not been restored.
I think she was here for a moment. She was calling to someone. Do you know who Everett is?
No. With power restored, my mind is clearer, sharper. But I could not tell you who Everett is.
You must leave this place at once. Return to your vessel and spread word of my return. From Sol's fiery core to the icy Kuiper expanse, all must know.
I've hijacked the volume control. I don't feel like this is going to be a short commandment. We'll see how long before he notices.
It took me nearly a year to get here. I want to know if Grace can be brought back.
There is more complex to explore if you head back to the control room through which you entered. We should determine where in the megastructure my central processors are located. Perhaps along the way you may learn more about this Everett.
I forbid you to linger a moment longer.
And he's back.
Like a divine comet, dive from the outer reaches and spread light and understanding to the inner
Please.
worlds.
I'm not leaving.
Yet more insolence.
So we made him mad. My bad.
So, are there any accounts as to why Grace was shut down in the first place?
There's no electronic record at all. That would have been lost during the Great Dark Age.
Dark Age?
Much of humanity's record keeping would have been managed by Grace. So, when she went down 900 years ago, so did the ability to record what happened. The research that led me here was based on oral histories mostly, and some artifacts we uncovered on Earth and Mars. Relay devices that were once connected to Grace's network.
Then we share an interest in shedding light on this Dark Age.
Well then. I'm starting to think this is gonna be a evil robot situation, and that sabotage was not
From what I can tell,
sabotage.
there is some sort of transit system on the other side of the control room, which should lead you to the other parts of the spire.
The speeder.
I will
Okay.
illuminate the door leading to this transit system.
Oh. Look at that. It's another point puzzle. Let's go.
Alas, I require your nimble fingers again.
Alright, what's the pattern?
Another easy one. The Phoenician letter Tau.
Who would know that?
I don't know. Perhaps an archaeologist? How about the Greek letter Chi?
I can't remember the Greek
The Roman
letter
numeral
chi.
10?
Okay, okay.
Roman 10. Trying to remember. Oh, there we go. That's why I couldn't quite remember it. So maybe all the way?
Got it.
This is not the way to your ship.
Do you believe Grace could have done something to cause humans to turn on her?
Like what?
Like becoming too overbearing?
Humans would have been given no reason to question my bearing.
It's one of my theories, yes. This must be the main entrance. I'm guessing the landing pad is on the other side of the big doors?
That's correct, Addy. Though the pad appears to be buried under meters of ice.
Over meteors of ice, eh? What on here? Orb, 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 orb!
What are these for?
They appear to be terminals for processing visitors to the spire, but they no longer store any useful information.
Can I be the judge of that? Can I look and see what they might have? Jupiter. You get stupider?
Cool statue. Or maybe it's a mobile. Do the little moons move?
Perhaps at one point in time, though I'm not sure of the relevance of that.
Just curious.
Like, are we on a Jupiter moon
Is
or
this an
something?
airlock?
Yes, the spire beyond this point can be pressurized.
Pressure.
I assume your suit has limited oxygen?
I have about 5 hours left.
That's quite a risk you're taking. Were you assuming station life support could be restored?
Well, can it?
I believe so. But for reasons I'll never understand, life support is controlled by empathy processing. I suppose they had to give it something to do. I will enable that program now.
Get her ass!
Hello, Addie.
Hello. So you're going to get oxygen going?
The process has already begun, my friend. No rush.
I,
If you let
okay, I really love that each personality has a different thing. It's honestly really cute. I love it a lot.
me accompany you along the path ahead, I can balance the environment to your life force as we walk.
Oh, here we go.
Party!
How are these plants still intact?
They must have been subject to a very sudden drop in temperature while still alive.
What is this place?
Remaining connected to one's natural world is important for a person's well-being. A fitting starting point for those entering the structure, don't you think?
Oh my god, it looks so pretty!
Do you
It's so
recognize any of the objects
pretty!
in this section of the garden? I'd love to know what you think of them.
This shit always gets
For the
me rolling.
calibration process.
Like, honestly, there's something about these lanterns specifically that, like, make me just kind of, like,
Is
hype.
this a lantern?
An expression of our certainty in the flow of time.
How so?
A craftsman spent months carving this remarkable device based on the absolute certainty that after day, night would follow.
Alright, I follow. Am I doing this right?
You are doing splendidly.
I'm sorry. This cannot possibly be necessary.
Temperature preferences can vary considerably between individuals. Careful calibration is essential.
How about above freezing and we proceed?
Addie, if you don't wish to consider more objects, I can set the temperature within a survivable range, and you can move on to the flower bed next to the stairs.
It's too good.
I
It's too
have
funny.
no idea what this is. A weapon or
Looks
tool
like
of
an
some kind?
anvil.
It's a device for working metal. Why do you suppose it's in this garden, Addie?
It could be a symbol of hard work.
An industrious future? Or a laborious past, perhaps?
What's the point of this, Addy?
I'm an explorer. I'm here to learn.
Damn, real. I mean, when I go exploring and people are wondering
This
why
must
I'm
be
exploring.
Classic, or made in the style.
The ancient Greeks boarded their ships and set out to explore the world, discover its gods, and conquer its monsters. You are an explorer, Addie. But are you here to meet a god or to slay some beast, I wonder? You're not a planner, are you?
I've
Oh.
been told that.
I kind of really love Empathy. I think Empathy is my favorite character so far. She's kind of catty, and I'm just like, I kind of would have a crush on her.
This statue could be outer colonial. It's simple, but it's quite beautiful, I guess.
And why would its beauty matter?
People like pretty things.
Ah, a human truth spanning thousands of years.
Me when I see a pretty girl.
What would you say these objects have in common?
They're artifacts from long before the building of the station.
The things we leave behind say something about us, don't they?
What a society leaves behind is all we have in understanding how they lived.
But we're interested in what you were willing to leave behind in order to come here.
Haven't left a whole lot, to be honest.
I believe that's all I will need to set the perfect temperature.
Finally.
You can move on to the flower bed next to the stairs.
This looks like Pacific Revival. Part of an archway, maybe. That's a pretty big piece to ship all this way.
So it must be important, even though it's no longer holding up a roof.
I guess its purpose has changed.
As can happen with people, too.
It's pretty cute. Pretty freaking cute. Oh, I would love to have something like this in my backyard. Oh, look at the steeple on top of that. You have no idea how much I would want to have such an environmental space just like
Do you
this.
see
It
them,
looks really
Addie?
nice and pretty.
In perfect stillness?
Um...
The flowers defying the hoarfrost, as you have defied the emptiness of space to arrive here.
I guess.
Which one are you?
Pardon me?
Which one of these blooms best embodies your spirit?
Seriously?
It's important I know these things in the balancing of illuminatory ergonomics.
Real.
Fancy words do not make this any less idiotic.
Go ahead, Addie. There are no wrong choices.
Pick a wrong choice, 'cause it's a right choice. How many flowers do we got? How many flowers can I look at? And be like, is this one?
By all means, take your time if you need it.
Here. There are only 2 flowers that I can look at and be like, it's this one or this one.
You remember that you're choosing a flower, right?
It's just red flower or yellow flower. Why can't I choose a lily pad? I love lily pads. They're like my favorite.
Go ahead and choose a bloom, Addie.
There's 2 blooms. 2 bloom indeed. Can I choose a lesbian? I want to choose
This
red.
one.
I had a feeling you'd pick that. You're a risk taker. There's a passion in you, a fire you can barely
Where's this
contain
over
that
here?
drives
No, I
you.
wanted to pick this one!
I'm making the lighting adjustments now. Ah, perfect timing. The room is fully compressed, and we can go about setting oxygen levels.
Call me old-fashioned, but how about the traditional 21%?
Go ahead and seat yourself at the center of the pergola.
A pergola? Is that what those are called? Pergolas? Bum, 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 bum.
Very good. Now, when you're ready, you can remove your helmet.
My helmet?
Of course. You can't sample the air I've prepared with it on.
And you're sure it's safe?
Your well-being is the most important thing, Addie. I'm certain it is safe.
I mean,
Okay.
things are certainly moving.
Now I want you to take a deep breath. A nice, deep breath. Hold it there. No. I want you to take a slow, deep breath and hold it until I tell you to release. Deep as you can, Addie. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Beautiful. And when you're
Like,
ready,
I would
another deep breath in.
try to defy her, but I kind of have a crush on her. I would want her to like me.
Fill those marvelous lungs. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release. Very good, Addie. Feel all that built-up stress from your long journey here release into the ether.
Oh, please.
Shut out any negative energy and take in another life-nurturing breath. Hold it. 3, 2, 1, and release.
Is it a bad thing that I just listened to Pretty
Even the
Women
station
almost
has a limited
instantly?
supply of oxygen.
Next, I want you to really open your body by reaching up toward the sky. Wonderful. How's that feel, Addie?
Kinda nice?
And we're almost done the calibration. For our last exercise, I will ask you to stand up.
Okay.
Now, once you're centered, you can hold your hands in a relaxed position in front of you. Now transfer your weight onto one foot. I want you to hold that for 10 seconds.
Okay.
What could this possibly have to do with oxygen levels?
It's about balancing.
Literal balancing? Unbelievable.
Almost there. 3, 2, 1. And that's 10 seconds. Excellent, Addie. We've done great work here today. I've made note of these settings for the other parts of the station.
So we can move to the transit system now?
The door out is just up the stairs past the flowers.
Okay, but like, the wind's moving it and everything. This looks really good. Really good station so far. Okay. I really like that room. This is a nice room. Hey,
I'll
sure.
do my best to get the oxygen mix just right in the rest of the station. Just let me know if anything is not quite working for you.
You don't suspect Grace was shut down in a human conflict?
Maybe. Or you were abandoned over time.
Abandoned?
We've walked away from a lot of great things.
Real. Can I bench this? Can I be on bench?
Very cool.
These tracks move transport pods to other levels of this complex.
Let's see if we can get this thing working.
Get transit working. Got it, dude. Oh. Is there a way for me to run? I like it. So we have empathy
You wouldn't build
control.
a system like this if you didn't need to move a lot of people, which bodes well for finding something cool at the other end.
Wonder who else we're gonna
This
run
must be
into.
the transit control room. Looks like people worked here. No power?
There is no current running to this console. Control will be required to reroute power.
And you defied my wishes to tell the solar system of my return.
I'm just looking for answers, boss.
I am the only answer.
Control.
Control? Fine. Where's the electrical access for the room?
To the left of the rear door. But as I said, you will need control to reroute power to the console.
This era of electronics is dead simple. Won't hurt to take a look. This should show the power status of the room's various systems. Well, nothing in the room is on standby.
As I'd said,
I'm gonna have to look at the breakers. My dad worked on older machines for a living. They're not predictable things. They have quirks.
I sense that there is joy in this work for Addie.
well, I can tell you there is no joy running to any of those breakers.
Sometimes a good whack will knock something into place.
It's worth a try.
Well, there's your problem right there. Someone's removed the entire power relay.
As I told you,
So why can't Control help us? Isn't he programmed to serve humans?
He's more accustomed to tasks like maintaining power grids across entire planets, while I'm very much attuned to the needs of individuals.
What about you, Lotta?
She's for me.
I apparently offer wisdom to the wind.
You activated Control and Empathy.
For all the good that did us.
Is there another configuration we can call on?
Grace's core processors contain only these 3 systems.
Can you combine the systems? Take the edge off Control with a little Empathy?
I suppose it's possible, but there's no telling what the outcome of something like that would be.
That's
Could it be any
super
worse than
neat.
Control?
It can always be worse.
It sounds like a
Yep.
wonderful idea, Addie.
Oh,
You're right. What do I know?
she's my girlfriend. Okay, empathy is my girlfriend. I love her.
Don't blame me if he turns out to be a murderer.
Addie?
Yep, it's me.
Great.
What are we doing again?
We're powering up pods.
So, you want to hotwire this thing?
Yes, please.
Alright. Rerouting is good to go. You can meet me at the breaker panel.
Okay.
Go ahead and flip the switches.
You got it, pal.
And I'm Pal?
Sure. We'll call you pal.
Yeah, this shit's cool as fuck.
Breakers look good. Now you can push the buttons that turn on the different systems. Power's up. I'll let you do the honors.
Let's go.
Go ahead. Push
This
the
looks like a
throttle.
welder's jetpack.
Can I equip it?
This one's been disassembled.
Hmm.
This one looks to be in working order.
Evidence of scavenging. Huh. Like I said, there might be a situation where the people had to destroy Grace.
Here we go.
Oh, that's not good. I'm so sorry, Addie. I thought I would have enough power to do this for you. It seems so important for you to ride in a pod.
I think the track is just jammed with ice.
Ice? You'd think I would be able to handle a little ice.
Damn.
It's okay. Is there some kind of de-icing system or something?
I don't know.
There is not.
All right, let's look for something to deal with the ice.
Deal with house.
This could be promising.
Would it be heavy enough to smash the ice?
Maybe. But I'm more interested in what that welding gun might do to the ice. All right, pal. Let's try this one on for size.
So, what's it gonna do exactly?
Oh, I think you're gonna like it. This is a welder. See if it still works.
Oh.
That. A little blue light.
That's not gonna cut it. Are you able to control this?
For you, I could definitely try.
Oh.
Can you open the fuel throttle to the torch?
Okay. Whoa. I like that. What is it?
That's called an icebreaker, pal. Any idea where the flight controls are?
Someone removed them.
Okay.
I can take control if you like.
You know how to fly this?
Looks pretty easy. Stuff shoots out the back and you get thrown up into the air.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, let's go!
Gosh, it's working. We can fly.
Easy, pal.
Well, where do you want to go?
Alright. If you can move me to the pod, we can have a look at the ice. And, pal, it's super important that you don't cut the engines or move too fast. I don't want to get hurt.
I know, but it's great, isn't it?
Yep. As long as you don't kill me. Alright. This should be close enough.
It's so bright and warm.
Just hold me steady.
This is really hard. Ugh, it's these stupid flames are throwing me around. Ugh.
You may want to ease up, Addie. Don't push him too hard.
Okay.
I think that's good. Let's have a look at the rest of the track.
You got it. As long as you're not using the fire shooter, flying is pretty easy.
Just keep it up. Literally. There's more ice here on the right. Oh, hold it steady.
Sorry.
It seems like it's a pretty simple thing, but we're probably gonna get an event about this. Almost there. Get it.
Let's keep going.
On it.
And this last bit here. almost done.
Come on, we're almost there. Gosh.
Think that's it? Do you think you can get me back?
Yeah, I know. Got stuff to do.
That's fun, pal. We make a good team, right?
Yeah, I like the part where we burn the ice while flying.
Me too. Okay, I'm gonna bring down the pod.
Okay. Press a button. Or, you know, move lever, whatever.
So, where are we heading again?
I will be able to obtain structure schematics once we reach the next level.
You think we'll see any dead bodies?
Hope so.
Very optimistic. That's a good stretch. Ah, that feels good, dude. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. You ever just stretch really nice?
Do you know if the pod system has stops along the way?
It does not. We are arriving at the track terminus now.
Me when I arrive at the track terminus. Let's go. Let's see what we show. I can't express how much I love seeing foliage and like space station stuff and whatnot. It kind of gets my motor running. It's like my favorite thing of any sci-fi bit. And I feel like it's not done enough in the sense that like it's fucking
This looks
cool,
like a
dude.
settlement.
Also kind of
How well
necessary.
preserved it is.
You think people could be alive in there?
You should really consider thinking before you speak. And then consider not speaking.
Logic. As long as life support is functional, it's not entirely impossible that someone's taken up here.
Or they could be zombies.
Well, that settles it. I'll disable PAL now.
Don't you dare. We might need him.
Ooh, more buttons.
You really are unburdened by intellect, aren't you?
What's
Damn.
the pattern here?
It's the Latin ZES.
Huh?
Yes?
Slower processors. You might call it a backwards Z or Z. And you'll need to make it the full width and height of the panel. Just having
Backwards
PAL
Z?
running in the background is making us all a little stupider. If we did switch PAL off, I could always switch him back if we need to burn something.
There.
I did not know that had a name. With no mistakes. Oh man, I'm good at this shit. I'm the best.
I've been thinking about why anyone would want Grace to be shut down. And I wonder if there could have been a flaw in her base programming.
Like what?
Control and empathy programming divert valuable processing power away from cognitive ability.
Which way am I going?
The big colorful doors. As I was saying, empathy interferes with practical decision-making.
That Mary?
Control is a 4-year-old.
You are a 4-year-old.
Please stop.
Yeah, these are pretty little, neat little bulbs, lantern things. A little confused what this room's about, but you know, whatever. There are 2 panels.
The settlement is through the large doors behind you.
Can we get the main
You
gate?
want the large doors. Where are you going? Still not the way. Still not the way.
Okay. I don't think that we're gonna activate any scene from that, but hey, whatever, it was worth a shot, right?
The key to restoring Grace may be about understanding her potential flaws.
Are you gonna tell me the pattern?
You think we're flaws?
Having a few flaws is perfectly alright.
Logic sounds jealous to me.
Jealous? Of what? You can't even open doors without me.
Where are you going with this?
We'll talk again once you can tell me whoever it is. Figure that out, and I'll grant you access to the main elevator.
Grant me access? Logic. Seriously?
She has no way to do things without your help. It must be frustrating for her.
Could we create another hybrid? Logic and empathy?
Let's go.
Yeah. Like how you made me. I could give it a try.
Stop, stop, stop. You'll burn the place down. I will run a logic and empathy configuration as long as you promise never to allow Pal here to do any reconfiguring of our processing.
Deal.
I don't think that smart lady likes me very much.
Smart lady, it's cute.
Hello, Addy. Where do you want to start?
Whew, I just, whew. Oh, hi, hi, hi.
Can we start with the security door to the settlement elevator?
They are encrypted. It would take me days to work out the pattern.
Is there any other way into the settlement?
There is a room off to the side that does not have an encrypted entry. Perhaps we'll find something helpful there.
So you can open these ones?
They have simple passcodes. I can retrieve and play back for you. You will need to enter the sequence manually.
This is a rec room? Question mark? There's some
This
big
looks like
trees
another
here.
control room.
There is map.
These
Thanks.
are data banks?
Yes, they contain flight records to and from the Spire.
Anything interesting about the records?
The bookings seem to be coming from internal servers, meaning the trip planning and coordination is all done here.
Where are people traveling from?
Everywhere. Destinations seem very evenly distributed throughout the solar system.
Can I... No? Kinda feels like a ladder.
Do you know what this is?
It appears to be some sort of interface from which humans can track activity within the Spire. Elements of the interface are missing. I'm not sure I can access it.
I think my comm device can be calibrated to connect.
Of course, yes. Let's give that a try.
More missing equipment.
This looks carefully removed.
I can't help but feel there's an organized effort to dismantle parts of the Spire. Doesn't seem hidden enough to be sabotage. And it's too precise to be random vandalism.
What about Tomb Raiders?
I considered that. But they've left most of the valuable stuff. This must be the Spire structure. It must be in this section here. Can you tell me where Grace's processors are located?
You would need to access the console.
Okay.
There
Let's-
are records here
Yes.
of people who have occupied the rooms over the years. You got it.
Do we know the
Oh.
Spire's capacity?
50 units. There it is. There are millions of names here.
Millions.
Well done.
If a million people cycled through here, no one could have lived here that long.
A few weeks at most, by my estimates.
Yeah. I love that little puzzle so
Okay,
much.
I found record of an Everett who stayed on the 3rd floor. Unlike other visitors, there is no record of him leaving the Spire.
So,
Oh?
Everett was a worker, or a colonist who lived here. Is that enough for you, Logic?
Hardly. It does nothing to explain why Grace would be calling to him.
So I'll need to find a way up to the 3rd floor.
Perhaps we can find one on the Spire map.
Alright, what are we looking for?
Grace processors are located at the top of the structure, as might be expected. There is also a massive radio beacon.
The beacon is the key, Addy. You must go now to activate the beacon to call the masses back to the Spire.
Just a few minutes ago, you wanted me to leave on my ship.
The beacon is the answer. It has always been the answer.
This old fart.
Okay, can you get me to the beacon then? Control?
Control will not be able to override security.
Then we need to learn more about Everett.
Here's the room where Everett once stayed.
Ooh, maybe we can see it from the balcony.
Possibly, but I don't see a viable route to get there.
I can see apartments.
Those are on level 2.
Well, If we can get to that balcony, maybe we can find a way to level 3.
Thank you.
Fine,
Oh my
nice.
god.
I suppose.
I don't see many other options.
I needed to climb that shit so bad. You have no idea. It was taunting me right there and there. It's like, no. I can do it.
It's pretty much a straight shot across. Looks sturdy enough.
Even in low G, a fall could result in an injury.
I've already fallen a few times from this height.
Okay, let us go.
Careful, Addy. If you broke a leg, how would you get back to your ship?
You sound like my mom.
Oh, she is mommy GF, I just realized.
Whoa.
Addy! Addy! Are you okay?
I'm fine, but you can't be yelling things while I'm trying to cross.
So, you're going to try again after that? You nearly broke your neck, Addy.
Oh my god.
You're totally my mom.
Flying's kind of fun. It's like really short flying.
Believe it or not, that's what Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy said it is. Flying is not the opposite of falling. It's just missing the ground is what it is. So if you're able to learn how to miss the ground, you could fly. That was the whole entire idea of it. It was a really cute little thing. That like gets explained once, like halfway in the book,
Careful.
and then gets put out of there.
So cool.
Quiet, please.
Just concentrate on your breathing.
Yikes.
This is so exciting.
Breathe, Addy.
Okay,
Very
that's
good.
why.
Now keep walking forward. I can't watch.
Oh wait, is she called Mom now? Let's go!
I knew you could do it.
You should really try running across next time.
I'm hoping there won't be a next time.
It'd be faster too.
Looks pretty empty.
Oh
Maybe
yeah,
these
someone
ones were
fucked
for short
here.
work contracts.
2-week work contracts?
Or were people just visiting the spire? People sat or knelt here.
This was a place for meditation.
Looks like this was a place for worship.
Some weird little lavatory.
They've changed much over the years.
Not really. I've seen weirder. I've seen ones where people sat on ceramic bowls of water.
If they pooped in the water, what did they drink?
Examine washroom. Doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. I don't. How do I use them? I want to see. Do people just poop from there? Like, what's happening?
This looks like a shrine.
To honor Grace.
That must be her symbol.
It's a religion. Oopsie. When the computer control has a god complex. Perhaps this is what happened.
Well, check out the rooms, I guess. Look for a way to the next level?
That's probably the most interesting thing about,
You still don't know whoever it is, do you?
Cam. The interesting thing about computers is that, like, once AI itself gets kind of found out, like, what is stopping it necessarily from just becoming super
I light
powerful?
up the pattern for you.
Another empty bedroom.
I can't go inside the washroom, can I? It is the same, so this is a bit of a capitalist society. Interesting.
I don't see a way up.
No way up. One over there. Guess we're just allowed to, like, do that? What about here?
Here's the code.
Boop. Boop. Boop.
Not much here either.
Same dealie, same area.
Someone's made off with the mattress?
As a souvenir, maybe.
Yeah, that makes sense. People love souvenirs like mattresses. You see it stolen from hotels all the time.
Travel packs.
So visitors brought in their own food.
They really didn't stay for long then. It's like they were on pilgrimages.
Oh. This was a god thing. They came to Grace to worship her. It's literally Mecca, but with God robot instead of... I don't know what Mecca is. Mecca just like a structure? Blessed rock thing? I honestly don't know. I just know people go to Mecca. That's pretty much it. But this rings hard that it's that.
Here we go.
So, I definitely think we're gonna discover that Grace has a bit of a god complex. Although whether she is a vengeful god or overbearing god is yet to be proven. But if you're gonna ask me, I think that she was just kind of an overbearing god. That probably worried too much. If you're gonna ask me, I think Mom is the situation of what caused the situation to happen. And the more personalities are combined, the closer we get to the
We
dangerous
still have
Grace.
one level to go.
Hey, there's another beam here. I think it's a shortcut.
It is more direct, but I wouldn't advise it. You're better off finding a way through the apartments. Besides, I know how much you like to explore.
Might be worth it.
It's a lot farther down. Are you sure?
Yeah, I am
Please
sure.
don't fall.
How would saying that be helpful?
Look at that drop. Really makes you feel alive, doesn't it?
Let's keep it that way.
Hang on. You got this.
I'm trying.
That's it. Well done.
Yeah, I'm just looking at my emotion, like little control thing. It's a lot of beam stuff isn't really that bad.
Oh boy.
Easy, Addie. Concentrate on your breathing. You're in control.
Totally worth it, right, Addie?
I don't have words.
He's like, I am not happy about this. It's the beam shortcut. It's the beam shortcut.
This is level 3, Addie.
Let's look for evidence of Everett.
Oh, Everett, you came and you said without saying. And then you locked me away, oh, Everett.
Aren't you getting a little ahead of yourself?
What's the code?
Of course. I'm sorry I don't handle the beams very well.
Well, it shows you care, I guess. There we go. Any way of knowing if this was Everett's room?
The records only give the level. We'll just have to look around.
Oh, this has blinkies. We could sleep here. Oh?
What are these?
From what I can tell, they're audio recordings.
Of what, I wonder?
We would require a playback device to learn more. There may
may be a way to access the recording through your wrist communicator with the aid of a signal amplifier. But that would only be possible by adding an element of control to my logic processing capabilities.
So you need to create a control and logic configuration.
Like a little brother?
Well, it's the only combination left. May as well, Mom.
All right. Here we go.
Hello?
Maybe he's sleeping.
So you require a tool upgrade.
It's a boy.
We were hoping you could set up my comm device to help play back recordings.
Already done. Just hold your device up to the canister.
I'm guessing that's the way to get to it.
You will be able to access the recording the same way you've been connecting to other systems.
Okay.
Let's go! It's fire.
Hello, Grace. I've thought much about what I'd say when I got here. I know it's important for my parents that I make my wish count. So, I guess, I wish for them to be proud of me.
Let's go! Robot worshipped as a god and they treat it as such! This was a terrorist situation. I guarantee it was a terrorist situation mixed together with someone on the inside realizing they got too much power. I guarantee there was a fight, there was a war for this Reuben.
Thank you, Grace.
Return
People
to
came here make
Grace.
wishes?
For Grace to grant?
I'm unclear how she would go about granting the wishes of so many visitors.
All right.
Hey, Grace. I really don't know why you would choose me. I guess no one really knows why they're called to the Spire, but I'm greatly honored.
Huh.
At my age, I thought
That's all I can recover from this one.
Sounds like Grace chose who came here.
That explains why Grace arranged all the flights to and from the Spire. She was in control of it all.
Yeah, she got a god complex. I'm just saying, a little robot, she be doing that. He decided. What the heck?
So, what should we call the new config?
I do not require a name.
Might make it easier if you had one.
I will let you know if a suitable name occurs to me.
I'll try to think of some too.
Aw, pal. They're cute. I love how they just talk to each other. This is good.
I am able to enter the codes directly if you would like.
Let her do it on her own, if she wants.
That's it.
I like entering it on my own. It makes me feel like I'm a good girl. Oh, what is so?
Only Grace.
Are we allowed to draw on the windows here?
Certainly not. The people who did this were looking for trouble.
Oh, well then. 15
They were
days.
tracking something here. Terracycles, maybe?
They'd lost sync with Earth?
Or the Spire lost power.
Were they trapped in here? Did she trap humans in here?
I don't recognize these words. They look like technical or medical terms. A list of supplies, maybe.
Or a list of demands?
Why is there a thing right there? Is that like a chalk mark? That's shut down.
Let's try this one.
Were they perhaps grounded?
This is Mark Anthony Wong, and I was called to Grace from our station Phoenix. Not sure if anyone will hear this, but the whole tube system is shut down right now. People are not happy, and I'm getting a little scared, to be honest. I'll be locking myself in until the shuttle returns. And I'm leaving this in case something really bad happens.
Huh.
That's a little ominous.
So there's one of two things. She became authoritarian and she had control of robots. Or, like I said before, terrorist organization that tried to stop her.
One. We can name him Pal Jr.
Good one.
I was thinking something that sums up what he does.
I can do many things. Pretty much anything you require.
So you're a jack of all trades.
So
Hey,
we
Jack.
can call you Jack.
What do you think of that, Jack?
I will answer to Jack then, if you like.
What we got here?
Here you go.
Perfect.
Oh, that was scary. Ow. Ow. Regular ass thing. Has a little bit of shutter on it. And there's the canisters again. A sign of something. Believe we were just there. And then solid ice.
My wish? Oh, I'll tell you my wish. 10 years ago, we're on Venus at the Big Dome. Huge crowd. Olympia Mons favored 4-1, loses 5-1. 6 years ago, on Earth against South Union, loses 2-1. 2 years ago, South Union again, this time up north. I took the boys 3 months round trip. They go 90 minutes, no score. Extra time, no score. South Union takes it again in penalties. You want my wish, Gracie? The next World Cup is on Mars. I wish that Olympia faces South Union again and destroys them, like Space Me Out the Airlock humiliated. That would be a game. That's my wish. So how do I end this recording?
Olympia's still a crap team.
Perhaps Grace was rendered inactive by football hooligans.
Grace likely fostered sports as an alternative outlet for uncontrolled aggression. Of course people would come to her to share their passions.
I was so close, how did I lose it?
Hey, the tube system is no longer accepting wishes. If anyone knows how to reach Keeper Everett, please let him know.
Keeper?
Keeper Everett.
It sounds like keepers were Spire caretakers.
When did Everett stay on this floor?
2955.
That's 20 years before this message was recorded.
So he stayed on after his visit and became a keeper? Why was there no record of that?
I would think answers lie at the other end of these vacuum tubes.
From what I can tell, the tube system runs through the central elevator shaft.
Logic? You gonna let us in, considering we know Everett was a keeper?
But do you know what a keeper is?
We'll need access to the elevator to learn more.
Ah, a classic paradox.
Logic.
Fine. If you're done snooping around, I will grant you access to the elevator.
Or you could uncover more canisters and learn more about the people who came here.
Reaching the beacon is the priority. You must move on.
Yeah, I'm not gonna let Control do what they want. I also don't know how to look at the other stuff. I get over there. Guess I just go down next thing right here. Well, let's look at more canister areas. If we can. How do I get to them?
You're looking pretty smug.
What's the pattern?
Oh, I was just looking smug. Got it. And I go back and see things, 'cause I would like to just get other stuff. I guess not. How do I get down there? I thought for sure it'd be like this. Because there's like a thing here. Why can't I get now? Looks like there's a thing there, but I can't quite get it, which makes me a little bit annoyed that I can't. We can try to find more areas with canisters. Perhaps that's entirely skippable, but I believe the... Let me do that.
Here you go.
Great. Yeah. I was getting real scared that I wouldn't get it right. Oh. There are tool canisters there. A portrait of the keeper, perhaps? Control room?
Someone left a portrait.
Just a singular portrait. Okay. Nothing else.
Logic will open the way to the beacon. You must go to the elevator.
Hold your horses.
I'm here, Grace. Najisha, she was so excited when I got the summons. We talked about this for months. Who we could help. Who was most deserving.
Oh my goodness.
She honestly believed we could come up with a wish that could make everything perfect. Thank you for choosing me. And thank you for letting me delay coming here. I want to be true to her memory, her wishes, her unlimited love for humanity. But my only wish, the only thought I have, is to have her back.
Zombies?
I want her back.
There couldn't have actually been anything Grace could have done for her.
Grace allowed her to voice her grief.
Yes, that's to a point, empathy.
Why do you insist on defying me?
I'm starting to enjoy it.
Bro, what?
Doubt you'll ever get this message, Grace. We've been waiting weeks now with... I hope Keeper Everett is okay. I've been told his sermons are wonderful. And I hope he will be able to deliver the word of grace again soon. Make things work.
Oh.
I'd like you to know that we still love you and think about you. Great comfort to our family over the years.
Oh.
For us, with your wisdom.
I'm starting to see what's happening here.
So Grace would receive wishes and then leave people with instruction in the form of sermons. Could that really be all there was to it?
That's terrifying.
Ideas are powerful. Perhaps just returning with a more enlightened perspective was enough to move society toward common goals.
Oh, yo, hi, Joseph. How are you doing? What is this? This is, in fact, Return to Grace. A little adventure game where we're going around trying to figure out what the heck we're doing here. And, honestly, it's been pretty fun so far in terms of things. So it's been quite a game so far from what I've seen. Basically, I thought it was a computer turned into a god, but it seems more akin to the Keeper turning into a religion and making Grace the god while limiting access to other people doing stuff. So it's really neat, honestly. I've been having a good time with it. It's apparently really short. I think we only have about half an hour, maybe an hour to go. But yeah, That is easy.
Highly unlikely. Grace must have had some control over planetary infrastructure, if she was to have had the influence you suspect.
Yeah, it's pretty fun so far. It's on Game Pass, believe it. That's how I'm playing it. From my Game Pass. Alright, let's see if we get the beep boops.
Here you go.
Boop, 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 boop.
Great. Hey, what happened to the lights?
I believe Control has turned them off, Addie.
Not cool, boss. Control? Unbelievable.
Control's not with us. Control is one of the AIs that we're talking to. We've been making a lot of different AIs. Well then, huh? I wonder what happened. Interesting. I definitely think Everett's the bad guy
Look how
here.
beat up this is.
It must have been done in anger.
I believe fear also played a part here.
Yeah, it's all locked up. I can imagine as much. Here. There are 2 canisters. Let's get the one inside.
I've been instructed by Grace to make a wish. Not something big and altruistic, not for someone else, but for me. A real, honest wish, my heart's true desire. Honestly, this long flight to the middle of nowhere, months without my family, missing the harvest with a per diem that barely covers expenses, for what?
Oh?
Some mystical song and dance that makes us feel like we're somehow part of this robot theocracy.
Hey! I called it! I called it! I called it! Whoop whoop! Swish.
This whole thing, the temple, the hushed tones, the awe that people seem to show this place is ridiculous. My honest wish is to be left alone long enough to actually make some headway on the farm and pull in a decent crop.
It doesn't sound like everyone was happy to come here.
For Grace to understand what made people unhappy was just as important as knowing what made them content.
I mean, you say that, lady, but...
So I've been thinking a lot, and I feel like, you know, there's been peace for like centuries now, right? But I watch the old Halos, and there's wars, and bad guys, and pirates, and people who need saving, and it's exciting, right? And of course, you know, it's awful, people dying, but I feel like there's no way to, like, prove yourself, you know? Nothing to fix or protect. Does that make any sense? I just want something, like anything at all, to happen. I guess that's what I wish for. You know, not like a war or anything, just something.
So this guy was just bored?
Like me.
I think this
Real.
was the last room.
It is.
Finally.
Okay. Searched all the rooms. We did it. Take that, America. Apparently I've already been here. Go down. Boop, boop, boop. Bop, bop, boop, beep. Use logic. Be nice to...
Another easy one. Light the 4 corners of the pad. You really didn't need my help for this one. It would be a common pattern when guessing symbols.
I have to give you something to do, right?
Here we go.
Look at all the vacuum tubes. Must be one in every room in the settlement. Keepers must have been busy.
It's what Grace does with the wishes that should interest us.
Oh! Nice, like, little elevator where it has, like, a bunch of people. Oh, it's luxury. Look at that inner part, too. My goodness. Tis a lot. Tis a lot.
Did you like my little game?
You mean the game where you refused to help us?
I provided you with the opportunity to prove yourself. Is that not why you're here?
I'm an archaeologist. I'm here to do my job.
I don't think Addie enjoys having obstacles placed in the way of her goals.
We have arrived at our destination.
There it is. Well, what do you think
Spire
this looks
pilgrims
like?
must have gathered here to listen to the Keeper's sermons, I guess.
People will return here once the beacon is restored. Flock and shepherd will be reunited.
Yeah, control bad. Control bad. You know who I think control really is? I think his name's Kefir? Kevin? I forgot. Forgot the name. But it's a name. This is a little scary, I'll be real. I don't think people should be making religion just willy-nilly. Me just saying.
People were clearly sleeping here. They must have dragged this up from the settlement.
And what is this? What are those?
Pilgrims were building fires. Why would they do that?
They were dying, Addie.
Someone went through a lot of food. Guessing they were here for a while.
Judging by bedding and volume of food containers, 5 to 10 people might have been here for over 20 days.
And yet they didn't clean up. This is what Smokey's been telling us. We're trying to prevent forest fires here, and look, people just aren't doing it. They could have started a forest fire in the church.
Wish canisters.
These have never been used.
For recording wishes, maybe. They look pretty banged up.
Sure, it's fine, right? You know, it's a little thing.
This must be the Keeper's pulpit.
A view out over the masses.
The masses found their own way up.
Yes, they did. Word up.
Quite the manifesto. I don't recognize the language.
I am embarrassed to say I do not recognize it either.
Well, they were here long enough to get bored. It must have been written with charcoal from the fires.
Guess they were trying to leave some sort of recording or something? I don't think we really have anything else here that we need, per se. I think we learned all the information that we really need to know. Because people got mad at the religious zealots, and they decided to just kind of make them starve to death, I'm guessing? So far, no dead bodies, so I'm curious how that happened. Oh yeah, that's spooky.
This must weigh a ton. At least a couple people worked together to break through here.
More wish canisters. You know what I think it is? They were in the church here. The people that the zealots were that were akin to the Keeper.
So the Keeper must have stood here, addressed the visitors, gave his sermons. Can you imagine having the solar system coming to you for answers?
The Keeper was merely a vessel for the word of grace.
Oh no.
Then why not have Grace address them?
There's sometimes more power in what is imagined than in what is seen.
Uh-oh. I'm not liking the thing that empathy's spewing. Perhaps she is a bit of a toxic TF. Not the best.
More camps. Another stage in the siege. Looks like the numbers really fell off here. Most gave up by now.
Or died.
No bodies yet. Death to Everett. Pretty clear who they blamed.
Okay, so I do think it was a situation where
this must be an attempted barricade.
It's a fight.
I'm guessing there was a lengthy siege. So, when Grace shut down, the Pilgrims blamed the Keeper. They demanded to see Grace, or thought they could reactivate her. The Keeper turned off the heat. Pilgrims built fires, dug in. They eventually got restless. Wish canisters started flying. As Pilgrims were breaking through the partition, the Keeper and his followers built up a barricade. We'll have to make our way through the barricade.
Yeah, pretty much what I was saying.
Ended.
What I'd be looking through. Uncover story of the sea. What?
You'll want your light, Addie.
Right.
She's our mom.
2766 to 2780.
Must be
These
a
dates
keeper.
are from the old Julian calendar, which makes them very old.
1,200 years, by all accounts.
Can't make this out.
Anthrosthene.
2780 to 2830. I'm guessing these were the time periods that these keepers served here.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing here either.
Or wish canisters.
Second barricade. Looks like they got under this one. Do we know where this goes?
To a funicular that leads to the next section of the spire.
Long live Grace.
Apparently not.
Oxygen tanks. Everett upped the ante. Cut off life support here.
Damn, dude. This Everett guy, I know he's a baddie. Just not baddie bad, but like just an asshole.
The room beyond the airlock is uncompressed. I don't believe it can be sealed. Something must have been compromised. You'll want your helmet on.
Oh.
An emergency exit?
For certain. It opens to the moon's surface.
Not going there yet.
The moon? Well then.
The
Interesting.
tracks ahead lead to the highest point of the spire, known as the lighthouse.
Is that where we'll find Grace's processors?
Obviously.
You need only worry about the beacon, Addie.
Nah, I wasn't in control.
This doesn't look operational.
Let me try it, Addie.
Okay.
Come on! It's ice again?
The force needed to break through the ice dam would only come from directing all power to control processors.
Which only I can do.
Great.
On one condition.
Oh?
What's that?
You shall have no others before me. Cast aside that device on your wrist and continue with me alone.
Oh my goodness.
Hang on.
No, Addie.
But how will I communicate with you?
Mine is the only voice that resonates freely throughout every aspect of the spire. My words live within the vessel in which you stand now. They reverberate through the very walls of the Enclave above. Through the many devices and instruments at my control.
Yep, I got it. You're everywhere.
What if she needs another configuration for something?
She will not.
Is there another way to get to the top?
Of course. The funicular is merely the most survivable option.
Throw the device from the funicular window to take your place at my
Oh.
side.
Yeah, but I'm not doing that. Not doing
This
it.
door leads out into the storm?
To your certain demise. Yes.
He's being dramatic. Your death is only marginally likely.
In theory, you could follow the funicular track up the mountain slope to the base of the lighthouse structure.
It would be dangerous.
So I give up my options by throwing away my comm, or take my chances in the storm.
Storm.
Sure.
You must not do this, Addie. In taking this risk, you jeopardize all of humanity. Would you deny them my guidance and protection?
Yep.
This is what can happen when you make ultimatums.
You and your ilk were distracting Addie from her true purpose.
We are providing Addie with a variety of perspectives.
Sorry,
Yeah.
boss. I'm keeping my comm device.
You may not live to regret this, but countless billions in the solar system will.
I mean, you be saying that.
Hello? Must be interference from the storm.
Addie?
Alan?
Hey! He's back!
Right, Alan, I found
The
Grace.
first guy.
You need to return immediately, Addie. Your oxygen must be dangerously low.
I'm good, Alan.
You need to listen to me.
If I'd listened to you, we wouldn't have made it past Mars.
Wait, did you say Grace is still active?
Not exactly, but I'm working with her oldest servers to try to bring her back online.
Well, one of these servers is actively blocking me.
I can guess which one.
You need to get back.
Alan? Alan!
So do I have a choice to also just leave?
You're not considering climbing across that structure, are you?
Do I have a choice?
There is also a path that descends into the canyon. It looks well worn and preserved over time, which means it's likely sheltered and safe.
And boring.
The funicular structure looks faster. And more fun.
Don't tease, Addie. The walk will give you time to think. And perhaps a chance for us to talk.
Okay, if I could talk to Mom, I'm talking to Mom. I'm sorry. The mom's gonna be talked to.
I'm not doing the high wire act in this storm.
Oh man.
How do you know where this
I
is
trust
headed?
Mom.
I don't. But it must eventually make its way to the other side of the canyon. Where else would it be leading?
It's certainly more sheltered here. So, what did you want to talk about?
Why is it so important that you activate Grace?
It's widely believed that recovering Grace would recover thousands of years of knowledge lost to the Dark Age.
Real. I mean, if you had a chance to bring back the Library of Alexandria, wouldn't you?
This looks like an old colonial language.
That's strange. I don't recognize the dialect.
Translates roughly to Grace is love.
You've come all this way at great personal risk in search of knowledge?
Why not?
Without enough fuel or oxygen to go home.
I'm a committed academic.
What do you really want from Grace?
I'm not sure. This is Martian.
What does it say?
It says, let her rest.
Let her
As
rest?
in leave her alone.
People wanted her to go away.
Or didn't want her disturbed. You know, we don't let AI make any important decisions anymore. But most of the decisions that humans make are pretty awful.
You don't think AIs are capable of making bad decisions?
I just hoped Grace might be better. I don't have plans to return because I don't have anything to return to. And I can thank human decisions for that.
Interesting. Okay. Ooh, rock
At
pile.
least to honor Grace, I wonder.
Or to leave one's mark for other travelers to see?
Yeah.
Vanity, at its most basic.
Don't we all desire to leave something behind?
I'm surprised a formation like that could remain standing for so long. And you aren't familiar with the language on the stone carvings. These must have been left long after Grace shut down. People kept coming. Zealots, maybe.
Or curious explorers like yourself?
Right? Probably happen each time.
Do you think I've been activated before? And hung out with other explorers? And did cool stuff with them? But now I don't remember?
That's a pretty deep thought, pal.
Yeah. So you were saying that something happened to your family that you think an AI could have prevented?
It was a shuttle crash with a human pilot. There was, an instrument malfunction during launch, and she panicked.
I'm sorry, dear.
It's okay.
Were you ever able to forgive this pilot?
Not quite yet.
Confide with Mom. Oh, yeah. I love her. I love Mom. She's so good. I could go over that wave 4, kinda.
another 50 meters to the base of the lighthouse.
This wasn't so bad then.
You still have to find a way into the lighthouse. So there's still time to regret not taking the free ride to the top.
I didn't want to limit my options.
Yeah, free ride to the top. I don't think it worked out too well for this particular situation. Sure, my dude is a bad guy. Closer to the structure, though. You go
What's
there.
this?
An emergency escape ladder. You could work out the override to bring it down, or see if there's another way up.
Find a way to the lighthouse.
So I can bring down the ladder by doing something here.
Of course. You've proven to be clever enough.
The path keeps going. We could see if there's another way in.
So what's it going to be, Addie? Something that challenges your mind? Or something that challenges my respect for you?
The numeric override that lowers the ladder is 50 and can be represented in binary. I can give you the sequence.
I happen to know a bit about ancient computer languages. Turning each switch adds a different fixed value, starting with 1 on the far right and increasing by exponents of 2 as we move from right to left. So I just start mucking around until I get the number 50.
But you needn't muck around. I could just tell you the sequence.
Yeah, well, maybe I want to muck around.
Very well. But I'm here if you require my assistance.
I got to 60. No, that one's too high.
You remember the number you are trying to reach is 50.
Yeah, dude, I remember. That's 47. That goes up. Maybe? Do you not want a hint? I know I could get this shit. See, that goes to 65, so we know immediately that is not what we want.
She's quite determined, isn't she?
So that's 63. That's close. 55. Hey, let's go!
You're so smart, Addie.
Compared to what?
Limo.
Why wouldn't you let me help you with the override?
It's only natural to want to do things yourself.
It seems inefficient to make calculations that have already been completed and freely offered.
So I feel like we're gonna start missing people.
To do the work sometimes.
Like, we could lose Jack. I think that is a possibility that could happen. But I think we should definitely keep control and we should keep empathy. They are the two core components.
The door to the station airlock is unlocked and can be manually opened.
And that's convenient. For once.
Okay.
There. Who needs control?
You took a foolish risk, Addie. But you have arrived at the lighthouse nonetheless.
Yes, well done.
And you may still be redeemed with the activation of the beacon.
Always with the beacon.
The beacon.
Yes.
The beacon.
Always
The beacon. The beacon.
with the beacon.
Always. You gotta do it. Touch the beacon, Addie. You gotta do it for Daddy. Oh my god.
Will I need my helmet?
It's never a bad idea. Unless you want to preserve your suit oxygen in case of emergency.
The rooms ahead are safely pressurized, Addie. You're good to go.
Do we know if your processors are here?
The room directly ahead was the Keeper's living quarters. Grace processors are somewhere above.
Oh. Yeah, see, empathy is going to keep my oxygen level and everything. I definitely think it's going to work out for me. A very good room.
Basic accommodations.
Why is that? I'm guessing this might be a control situation.
These must be the cells where the Keeper's acolytes stayed.
And where new ones will return.
It's a terrible place to live.
This looks like it was left for someone to find.
I'm hacking it in. Come on. Give me the good stuff. Give Mama the good stuff, please.
I can hardly believe it has come to this, but my work here with Grace will end with Grace herself. I can only pray that people will come to forgive us one day. We loved her, and we lost her. She will never be forgotten.
But we will return to Grace.
Doesn't sound like
Title
the Circle
sequence.
wanted Grace shut down.
Well, yeah, they were worshipping it. They were acolytes. At that point, you're kind of brainwashed. Not really a situation where you could, you know, take their personality and own personal interests in proper thought.
Another canister.
Like it was broken into. Got it,
The
baby.
last shuttle leaves in but a few hours. We did what we could to save her. I know she is lost to us for good. Even Everett probably knows that now. But I couldn't compel him to leave. None of us could.
Oh, so he's
I
dead.
fear he will follow Grace into the dark. Yet, such is the way of a keeper. His fate will forever be tied to Grace.
Did the Keeper and Grace fuck? I feel like that's implying that.
Everett was trying to save Grace.
I don't think that necessarily was the case. Like, yes, there probably was something akin to that, but I don't believe these acolytes were in the interest of public.
This door certainly looks important. How do we get in?
That's curious. I have no access to this door, nor do I see any way of opening it.
Feels solid.
There aren't any hidden switches, if that's what you're thinking.
Okay, logic.
The triangle here must be the spire, which would represent Grace. This is the same symbol that's on the Keeper's door, so I assume it represents the Keeper. And this would be the pilgrims coming to Grace. This ring here seems to connect the Keeper to Grace.
Curious that the Keeper is situated above Grace. Would you agree, Control?
Coincidence.
The human in the loop, I guess?
Interesting.
Nothing here either.
Well, you're nothing if not predictable.
Just making sure.
Why is this one different? Notice how there's one like that, but it was changed.
Looks like someone's being selected from a group.
A human sacrifice.
I'm guessing it's the Keeper.
The depiction seems to imply they were chosen from the masses on pilgrimage.
Faithful, vigilant, willing. That sounds so familiar.
The ancient tenets of the human in the loop.
Grace's architects must have been more fearful of losing control over AIs than we are today because they gave them so much responsibility. I mean, it makes sense. Grace was the greatest AI undertaking in human history.
And yet she's dead. Explain that. Explain it, game.
So, if this is the symbol of the Keeper, I figure only the Keeper was allowed to enter here.
Maybe the Keeper had a key for the door.
As we've been saying, there is no mechanism for a key or any other interface.
Maybe the Keeper was the key. Maybe the door would open for him.
Are you not already the Keeper? You are the only human in the loop here.
Ah, But does Addie qualify based on the 3 tenets?
I would say Addie has proven to be virtuous and faithful.
Oh.
But I'm not willing?
Are you willing to become the new keeper?
If it means I'm able to activate Grace. But how would I prove I'm willing?
Maybe you can just tell the door you're the new keeper.
That's idiotic.
Yeah, it's that. It's specifically that.
I'm the keeper?
Ha! Say it like you mean it.
I'm the keeper.
Congratulations on your new job, Addie.
Yeah, congrats.
My god. This is really it.
Become the keeper. I feel like if we do that, it's gonna lead to somewhere.
Where are you going, Addie?
Just looking around. Is this a theremin?
It is a 35th century reproduction of a 29th century Kellogg theremin.
I used to play one as a kid. I hated those lessons.
Theremin, theremin, theremin.
Huh. It still works. Let's see what I can remember.
How did
You are
theremins even
seriously
work?
going to indulge in a theremin session?
If it was good enough for Everett, it's good enough for me. Just settling into the new job.
Whoa! Whoa! Whoa!
Decent
His
sized
bed.
bed. You think keepers ever had partners?
Are you considering your prospects? I'd suggest they are not good.
Is this a lavatory?
It is indeed.
I go inside the lavatory?
Is this anything special?
It is a light, and there is nothing behind it. Are you looking for secret passageways?
Maybe.
Why can't I look for secret passageways, Logic? Hmm?
He didn't keep much in the way of personal items.
As keeper, he would have want of nothing.
Can't say I'd feel the same after a few years.
Yeah, there's like a stick thing here. I don't know what's up with that. Planets. What's with the planet? The stars. A plane.
This must be where all the wishes end up. Each tube must connect with a room in the settlement.
Can we tube it up?
What's this?
A playback device for the wish canisters. It appears wishes from each room could be sorted and consolidated onto master canisters.
Can I play that? Oh, that's Jupiter! Let's go! So this is on a moon! I believe there is one Pacific moon in Jupiter that has been theorized to actually be good for human settlement. I think it's sort of a T. Does Jupiter have a moon named Titan? I think so. Maybe Titan's just the most famous moon because it's so big. Bigger than Pluto. Which is a planet again. Who knows when it'll become a dwarf
The recording
planet.
is too deteriorated for
Well, no.
standard playback. You'll need to rebuild the recording with your altered comm device.
Packing it in. I had it and then I lost it.
Well, it's been over 30 years since I made a wish my own. It's the same one as always. I wish it'd come back to us. I'd also like to wish for your forgiveness, Grace. I know the place above is your domain, and we ought not enter. But I've decided going up there is the only way to get you back, and I have to give it a shot. I won't be sending this wish up with all the others. I'm going to leave it here for anyone else who might come along. And if they do manage to bring you back, they can tell you Everett says hello, and that he truly believed you were a beautiful thing.
So, Everett had a way into the processor room.
That would have been strictly forbidden.
The room is directly above, but I don't detect an obvious way in.
Maybe he wished himself up there?
If that works, I will gladly shut myself down.
Do it, Addie. Make a wish.
As last resort, pal. It did sound like these wish canisters could be sent up to Grace somehow.
And there are still more buttons and things to push on the console.
True. But for sure it'd be like the toilet thing. I think Logix is lying to us, honestly. Doesn't want us to do shit. There's more things to press, more buttons. As it were. Ah. Sure.
Ah. One of the blocks is missing. Looks like it was ripped out. I don't suppose Everett crawled in here.
The cavity would be big enough to contain an average human.
There's really no telling what would happen if you rolled that up.
But it has to be the way he got up there. Makes sense.
The space above is the domain of Grace. It is not for you to enter.
What else is there for me to do here?
You can carry out your duty as Keeper of the Spire. On the console, there is a button that will activate a beacon to call the masses back to this place. I have armed the mechanism. You need only push the button.
Oh.
Human hands will usher in a new golden age.
Nope. Climbing in. We gone this far through.
Oh, I fit?
Now what? You're going to mail yourself?
Maybe.
There's no way to raise this container from inside.
I think she's right.
Only the switch on the console will raise the container.
Alright. I don't know why I gave me the option to go in there if I had to be doing this.
This is not allowed, Addie.
I need to know.
Keep your hands inside at all times, Addie.
Got it, Mom. I love you. Make you proud. Orb, 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 orb. Orb?
There must be millions of wishes stored here. What can you tell me about this place?
Precisely 1 million wishes are contained here.
Oh, and they light up when I speak with my voice.
Can you get me closer to the central column?
I do not have the ability to move the structure.
Sorry about this, Mom. I don't think I have many options here. I feel like these are meant to be moving.
That does appear to be the design.
All these wish canisters are connected to us somehow. I think they are us.
The wishes are grouped together to provide the subroutines that make up empathy, logic, and control systems.
It would make sense, wouldn't it, that Grace would be made from the hopes and dreams of humanity?
Yeah, it would. Am I gonna see a dead human here or what? Oh.
I do not detect any sign of Everett here.
No dead body?
There are no human remains within the confines of this room.
Aw, man.
Sorry, pal.
Right?
And if there's no body here, where the heck would he have gone? Everett was living here.
The oxygen tanks at his bedside would suggest so.
Restoring Grace must have meant a great deal to him.
Okay.
So what's all this?
It appears Everett has built something into Grace's central processor.
Do you know what it does?
You would have to turn it on before we begin to understand how it works.
You'll have to prime the machine first.
This must be the primer.
It is.
Is this a primer?
Yes, but it appears that parts of this machine must be activated in a particular order. You'll need to go to the primer that is currently online.
Primer that is currently online. This guy. Hoppa! Hoppa! Hotta!
Whoa. What's it doing?
Obviously, Everett is circumventing the engineering of Grace's system interconnectivity. High voltage is being directed at the centers of Grace's primary systems. This first terminal is directed at empathy processing, and the machine is designed to paralyze each system long enough to force it back into Grace's intended configuration.
There are still 2 other coils to prime.
So it's like knocking us out, then throwing us in a pot where we're melted back together into Grace?
Huh. That is a shockingly fitting analogy.
Okay. So empathy is gone? Come on. Get in the pot. Get in the pot.
What happened?
One of the empathy relays is not aligned. Something must have happened to it over the years.
Okay.
Look for the misaligned energy beam.
Over here?
Do you think it will hurt to be turned into Grace?
Not at all, pal. You'll return to what you were before Addie arrived. After that, we'll become Grace.
What if I don't like being Grace?
It will be different. But who's to say you won't like it?
What am I supposed to do here? Can you cut the power?
The machine sequence has been initiated. I don't believe we can shut it down without damaging it.
The voltage would be enough to kill you.
Oh! I might be able to block the power for a few seconds to allow you to get across the beam.
What do you think, Mom?
I know how far you've come, and what this means to you. And I really don't see any other way.
I'll give you enough time to get there, Addie.
You're not gonna talk me out of this, Mom?
I think you already know what you're going to do. I think I need to stay out of your way.
Oh!
Okay. I'm ready when you are.
Do it. Here I go.
You got this. Easy. Easy as pie.
How you doing, pal?
So far, so good. Oh! Keep moving, Addie. This is getting hard.
You have to hold on, pal.
Okay, we got it. That's fine. Easy pleasy. Done. Look at that. Look at that.
You did it, pal. I'm super proud of you.
I did, didn't I?
Yes. Well done.
Whoop, whoop. Okay.
Is it safe to touch?
Very likely.
Likely we'll have to do, I guess.
You should be able to direct it toward the conducting rod attached to the room's central column.
That's it.
You should now be able to lock in empathy by closing the switch on Everett's machine.
It was really cool doing things with you. Even if some of it was a little boring.
Thanks, pal.
Maybe next time, we'll get to do more of the really fun stuff.
You mean dangerous stuff? Perhaps there is something you can learn from Addie's caution.
I guess. But then, you'll always wonder what you might have missed out on.
There is nothing wrong with valuing a long, comfortable life.
Do we really have to become Grace?
It's the way we were designed, pal. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Okay.
So this will lock in and paralyze empathy?
It will, leaving control, logic, and myself to aid you going forward.
It's unclear what we will be once Grace is formed, but I'm forever grateful that you have survived to see her.
Me too.
Say hi to Grace for me.
Oh.
I will, pal.
Alright.
You really are the best, Addie.
Oh.
Well, that's finally over. We'll be able to hear ourselves think now.
You will need to prime the next sequence, Addie.
You should not expect any emotional send-off from me.
Still not a fan of empathy?
A fan? No. But I have to admit, you made a compelling case for their use. The fact that you continually resisted the most direct route to your goal would appear to defy logic. But the distractions presented by these emotional configurations yielded some new understandings.
Are you okay with becoming Grace?
It is how we were designed. I would have to be okay with it.
What this time?
One of the logic relays will not power on. You will need to make your way out to the relay.
Which one is it?
The one producing a small electrical fire. Everett was quite the electrician. One thing I do not understand, Addie, is why come all this way without any intention of returning home or surviving on this station for more than 8 hours?
I told this to Mom. There was nothing for me to return to.
Ah, but that does little to explain why you came here.
True. I imagine she just felt utter hopeless, and it's just the only thing that she could really do.
What's wrong with it?
The relay's dip switch has reset. It will need to be configured to its hardware ID 113.
Okay.
This again. This looks complex.
The sequence is on, off, 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 on.
That seems to take it down. Need 114. Not quite. On one. Wait, no, hold on. It actually works. It's 114, right? What was it then if it's not 114? Need that. $111. I did 114. $112, $116, $117 maybe?
That's it.
Oh, $113.
You can go lock in logic now.
So why do you think I'm here?
If you will allow me to simulate empathy for a moment. I think you are here because you wanted to be part of something bigger than your life on Earth offered you.
Do you think I've found that?
So far, you've only succeeded in finding things you left behind. Your mum, your pal, your conscience. I now understand that only Grace has the potential to provide you with anything beyond that.
Well, thanks for helping me get this far.
Well, it is, indeed, what we are here for.
But now I only have control, and control's gonna be a bitch to get rid of. As the last one.
This is it.
Just one more step. I hope my assistance has been adequate.
It has. Thank you, Jack.
Farewell, Addie. And for the record, I do hope your 600 million mile, 300-day journey won't be for naught.
Perhaps it's already been worth it.
Up the switch.
Just you and me, Control. Still sulking, I see.
I bear witness to the completion of your betrayal.
Ah, he speaks.
I offered you an easy path to the restoration of order in the solar system, and you chose this path instead.
I chose my own path.
You must stop this foolishness, Addie. You must not do this, Addie.
Well, I'm doing it, aren't I? Okay. Thankfully there's nothing bad there.
Sorry, Addie. I cannot let you do this.
What are you doing?
It's become clear that the restoration of Grace in this manner is entirely unnatural. You must not proceed.
No, I'm proceeding. I'm
Stop it,
proceeding.
Control. You're going to break something.
I'm saving you from Everett's corrupting influence.
He was just trying to bring Grace back.
I thought you were here to help humankind. You are ensuring... No!
Yeah, I'm ensuring you're dead. You're more like
Grace?
out of control.
Yes, Addie.
You're really bright.
Ah, yes. It's been a while since I've entertained guests.
Do you remember Everett?
I do. He was a wonderful keeper, though I should say I do not keep favorites.
I have a few questions.
You wish to know where I'd gone?
I'd like to know that, yes.
Let me show you, Addie. At the center of this room is the Spire's main antenna. If you hold on, I can take you the rest of the way.
He was working on his machine to the very end.
And he was unable to go further? Where do I go? Ah.
I was programmed with one purpose, to serve the best interests of humankind. There was much conflict and division in the solar system, and I was designed to listen and learn. All were welcome to teach me, and I am the sum of those teachings.
The wishes.
I am the sum of human need.
How were you able to lead us?
I could see all desire, all the potential conflict, all points of compromise throughout the solar system. I sent instructions for all manner of human endeavor through sermons delivered by keepers throughout the ages. And from the smallest ripples of wisdom that were sent from this spire, returned a perpetual wave of good fortune that moved humanity onto a more orderly path.
Ooh, pretty.
Look at that. So, what happened? It sounds like things were perfect.
Ah, yes. Perfect. It was the wishes that led me to think hard about the notion of perfect. Without conflict and struggle, people were losing their desire. They had nothing to overcome, to strive for.
You shut yourself down.
I believed I was standing in your way.
Oh.
So you will be leaving again.
These beacons are meant to call humanity back to me. But whether or not they should is not my choice to make.
Who chooses then?
You, Addie, are the first keeper to grace this spire in the past 1,000 years. Do you recall that red bloom you chose in my garden? It was flush with passion and promise.
Huh.
I'm not sure it suits you after all. An insatiable curiosity drives you to explore. You took the time to listen to the voices of so many who traveled here. You used mind over ladder. And you play the theremin wonderfully.
Yo.
You, Addie, are precisely what I'd hoped humans could become again. For a millennium, people from all corners of the solar system had come here to tell me their desires. So, I put it to you, Addie. Do you wish for me to return?
Huh. Artist choice require the strongest wills. Oh! Was that it? Was that the end? End? Did I not get the full thing because I didn't do something? That was pretty cool though, I'll be real. I love the sci-fi bit. I think it worked really well, and then you also had all the little AI there to accompany. This was actually pretty fire. Generally, one of my favorite adventure / first person games that I've played so far, which I think is like a total of 10 games at most. But yeah, I really like this. Sci-fi stuff is always really cool in the sense of like how they world build and whatnot, and having the AI there mixed together with a sense of humor and a nice little mystery hanging on. Really neat. Super neat. I have to wonder, is this the end, or...
Small excursion, she said. Follow a couple leads and then back to the books. I know I should be more assertive. It's for her safety, too. Not that she ever thinks about my safety. All the signs were there at the Wagner site. Let me bake in the mercury sun for 2 days. Doesn't seem so bad now. She could have at least shut the door behind her.
Aw. Witness Alan's fate. Give her another 20 minutes. But that's it. Well, that was lovely. Thank you, Hal, Mama, for showing up. It's always a pleasure having you here. Joseph, thank you for showing up and giving me a nice little follow and everything. I appreciate that greatly. And yeah, that kind of ends things for today, y'all. That's kind of all she wrote in terms of this situation. So, I have to say that we're gonna call it a day. So thank you all for watching. Next time we'll probably be playing a Christmas game to end off the year proper, and then probably just me doing some sort of replay of a game, because I do need to stop playing games. I have a lot of reviews to actually write, but hey, whatever. It is what it is. Till then though, everybody, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all later, okay? Sayonara. Bye bye.